even in Finland, we can't take for granted that museums just are. We have to know, like, what would museums be used for. So I think it's a very good position at the moment to think, like, what can we use museums for, and how can we transmit the interesting things and values we actually have in our museums. And I'm hoping that with museum mediation we can reach different kinds of audiences and reach audiences in a different way.
I met Mapa and Ines and Joachim in Helsinki, and it was a very lucky meeting, actually. I think we have many things in common and many issues we want to debate are on a common ground. So it was really a lucky meeting we had. We decided to go on with this idea of museum mediation, which actually was something MAPA has already started in Portugal, but we wanted to go on together on a European scale. And therefore we organized all together, also with the University of Barcelona, the Master in Museum Mediators. And we are now working on this Leonardo da Vinci funded program, which is again about museum mediators across Europe.
It's a project, it's a 2-year project. We are 5 partners: Portugal, Spain, Italy, Estonia and Finland. Very different organizations, as you can see from the other partners' description. And it's a very ambitious project, because what we want to do is say, this is the standard, these are the basic skills for any museum mediator, and the concept is also important, to perform their work in a museum. And again, as I was telling a little bit a while ago, it's a skeleton. So we gave it's like the skeleton, and each person can build almost the animal they want to be in the museum from it.
In our European team, we have sociologists, anthropologists, we have researchers from the communications field. But for me, I think what's very important is to situate knowledge in our own experiences and in our own social perspectives, social and cultural perspectives, and it opens up diversity. So that I think it's a way of thinking that becomes more dialogical, and then
to gain an awareness of what mediation means, possibly to gain a shared idea of what mediation is across Europe. Although I know there are many differences from country to country, we also have terminological problems, because in some languages mediation means something, and in other languages it's something much more close to education. There are many difficulties to this respect. Also, museum educators have some problems in having their professional role recognized. Museum mediators even more.
Transfer of knowledge, because the museum circle, even in bigger countries, is still quite a small circle. It's a circle of same people, since they usually work in museums for, well, a lot more than 1 or 2 years. Then the circle becomes very closed. And this is a very important part of this project, that the circle and the theories that circulate are not the same all the time.
Start to discuss this not in the national context only. Why not go European? Why not discuss it with other colleagues? Since museum education is a field that is so important for the museums, and it's only discussed in the Anglo and the American world as such, why don't we go and discuss this European? So we looked at the course again, and we decided to create a European version. We invited other lecturers from other countries to come also, people that we recognize as being fantastic in their fields. They joined us, and we did the first European course, and it was very gratifying, because we worked with people from Turkey and from Estonia and from Italy, and it was and from the Netherlands, so very different perspectives, and it was very, very nice. And it was a course that we learned almost as much as the trainees. It was very interesting.
But I think that we have a challenge if we are building up this community of practice through ethics of care thing. We have this challenge to also visualize the tensions, the problems within what's going on. And I think it's very rich for the museums, within a museum also.